Hello, this is J. Michael Thompson, your campus president. I was going to present for this week's video what we did for the Board of Trustees meeting on March 20th. So this is a presentation with some videos in it that really showed off the good work of our students. As we say, it is compassionate faculty with talented students do amazing things. In fact, Michelle Gaw fed the board lunch, and they were greatly appreciative of the treat that they had. So let's get started. The Eastern Campus uses the same college priorities and board priorities established by Dr. Johnson. Those would be right here on success, completion, workforce, community engagement, marketing and communication, and stewardship. And working with ASA, we narrowed down the 90-point tactical plan to 10 items. And right now, the teams are hard at work on the FYE. We tend to look at the campus, as we saw during Campus Day, under the voice of the student, heart of the faculty, and the care of the team. And we're going to start the voice of the student with a video from Richard L. Larkin, our student government president. I asked him to describe the Eastern Campus student to us, and this is what he said.
Hello, I'm Richard Larkin Jr., and I'm currently serving as the Eastern Campus student government president. I graduate in May with my Associate of Arts, and the plan is to go to CSU to major in math and minor in music. Eastern Campus student is one who is talented, who's passionate, who knows what they have to do and is willing to do what they have to do to get to where they need to be. The Eastern Campus student is very multifaceted. There's a lot more going on with the Eastern Campus student than just coming to school. You have some who have jobs, you have some who are getting ready to train to do something else, in addition to doing something that they're already doing, and it makes for a real diverse student body. So the Eastern Campus student is one who is really talented, really passionate, really focused on what they need to do and determined to do what they have to do to get to where they need to be.
As we look at the accomplishments of our students, I started with noting Ildiko Yuriev and Gandhi Isak, both who made the All-Ohio Academic Team. Ildiko was a first-teamer and a Coca-Cola Scholarship winner. I also highlighted Frederick Barnes and Samantha Majors. Here's Frederick Barnes and Samantha Majors, who were two of the three Tri-C students who presented in the Mary Sender's work, collaborative work, on veterans art therapy, a very kind of moving publication that we had. It was really well attended. There were some other student excellence to note. Our own board scholar, Sharon Clark, going to Washington, D.C. a couple of times on policy work, and I'll mention another one under the care of the team. As we look at faculty excellence, I thought it was good to hear faculty excellence from the voice of the student. And so Abby Burnham provides that as she describes her mathematics experience here at the Eastern Campus. So let's give that a listen.
I would love to thank all of my professors. Dr. Masterson for encouraging me to keep going in math. Mike McCraith for just being a wonderful, happy person. Professor Hiley for putting up with me all these semesters. I would like to thank them because they're genuine people. They're truly there to help you, to see you succeed, and they care. And that's amazing to have at today's times. It's not just a job. They enjoy it, and they want to see their students successful, and I thank them for it.
Abby's experience is pretty exciting, and it really warms my heart to hear it. And let's look at some of the highlights of our compassionate and excellent faculty. Andy Pegman, who has now moved on to administrative duties, our Bessie Award winner, had notable achievements from the Outdoor Writers of Ohio and the Ohio Magazine on excellence in education. Christine Glassner continues her good work on collaborative learning and providing leadership for the Emporium model that we use. Counseling staff work together to get and secure a Margaret Clark Morgan grant, which expanded mental health services for students. As we look at doing outside work, Chris Kinsella did an excellent job on a PBS interview on JFK, as we noted the 50th anniversary of his assassination in November. Adjunct Maisha Wilson Hayden works with us, and she's also the mayor of Richmond Heights. I congratulate the counseling team who has been doing wonderful work on Saturday counseling sessions, leading us to a Super Saturday service model. Heidi Kamal has developed new instructional videos for chemistry students. Jim Funai does great work, active in many items, and he does a whole lot of work. He's got currently an IPD grant that he's working on. Kimberly Oakes, biology study abroad program with Becky Capley, marine biology, and they're going to the Bahamas this summer. And lastly, Michael Rowan, who's using IPD grant funds to get a video camera to attach to some microscopes. So this is just some of the excellent work that our faculty do. When we look at care of the team, we have many items. I was particularly proud that we laid out a $500 challenge to the campus for the holiday season. And we got together and gave over $700, and here's the village of Highland Hills right here taking the money. The interesting thing, we thought that money would go to children and younger families, but the mayor said the more pressing need that has no funding support is elderly seniors that have no family members living in his community, and he was so touched to be able to give them a meaningful holiday season. We have the Ellen Bratzlovsky, who did Soul for Souls, as we see here in the pictures. We did Caring for the Team, a service campus day, and that went off very, very well. That had a kind of a campus service to it, and really a good deal overall. The last thing I'll mention under Care of the Team was the students working with PTK under Charmaine and Richard and student government and other groups getting together, putting on a veterans dinner for both our college veterans here and veterans in the community. I cruised the tables at that event, and I was warmly touched, especially from the community veterans, mostly from Vietnam, who didn't get a warm welcome when they returned back to a social maelstrom concerning the Vietnam War. They were so touched to have a meal and a good speaker and encouragement. And that is a great project done by our students. So with that model in place, we look at maximizing the strategic plan goals. Right now, we're working hard on scaling up items, and here is the FYE meeting that our Student Success Council has been working on a lot. And we're building here at the Eastern Campus what is called in the literature high-performing teams. They are intentionally built. They are culturally built. They are not built by function or by accident. They are typically cross-functional teams of experts who get together across an organization and tackle the crucial work that needs to be done. Our vision on the campus is to become a first-choice college. This is happening both by economics as well as by our strong performance. So it's important for us to keep that in mind as we do our challenges. First choice that lead both direct to a job when you graduate with a certificate or a degree, or a successful transfer to some of our strong partners as a junior. So to frame all of those goals together, we talk about the 1,000 Student Challenge. If we look right now, we're scheduled to receive 934 students. That's what Jennifer predicts for this campus for next fall, 934 students. We know if we work hard, we will keep doing good things, but in the end, we will only retain 312 of those students. And it is really breaking our hearts here on the campus. We think we can do better. The 1,000 Student Challenge says that we're going to do some targeted strategic enrollment and reverse the current enrollment trend, because we know there's good pockets out there. We're going to have 1,000 new students that are going to be first-time, full-time eligible for the FYE. And we're putting the base goal of 600 and the stretch goal shown here of 650 students who would come back to us in the fall of 15 and take at least one class. There are some sub-matrix that are connected to that the Student Success Council is working on. Being enrolled in the class is one, completing their FYE, getting an academic plan, completing a college-level English or math and math with a grade of C or better, and completing 30 hours. Many of those are on the strategic goal, as well as they are part of the momentum points that are part of our funding. So the 1,000-person challenge is just a word framework. It's just a nomenclature for us to really wrap our arms around the freshmen. Now, they're not the only groups that we're going to work with. We need to work with our sophomores at 30 hours who really need a touch. We have very few programs particularly for them. And then also to work with our with academic game plan for students that have 40, 45 hours and above. So this is all going to be strong work that's going to get done by the Student Council. And I should say, we're going to need a lot of volunteers for the Student Success Council. This is a John and Mel with faculty, strong faculty influence is what we're about to create. We did give the board an interesting gift. We have Tri-C embroidered socks, and it leads to the commercial, or at least the spot is what we'll call it. And Toby Cosgrove's book, a very good book. We like it a lot. It's a book about how professionals that work together in groups can do better than individuals, which I think is very true in post-secondary education. So we're learning from some of the things the clinic has done. So let's listen now to the third video piece that we have. This was outstanding student work put together by a group of students in a production team, not in a class, but a production team that Bob Bryan has. And this is a spot designed especially for the Eastern Campus and to be used in our targeted enrollment campaign. So I hope you enjoyed this board presentation. It serves as a campus update to the campus and shows off the outstanding work. I'll repeat what I said at the beginning. It is passionate faculty working with talented students who do amazing things here on the Eastern Campus every day. Thanks.
Students arrive at Tri-C's Eastern Campus with their hopes and dreams for a better life. During their educational experience, they learn to turn their dreams into possibilities. Under the guidance of a passionate and caring faculty, students will learn with experts in their field. As graduates, they celebrate their accomplishments. As professionals in their field, Tri-C graduates will create a better life for themselves and their families and make a difference in our community.
My future began at Tri-C. Where will yours?